Hey everyone, it is your main man Lee Kendrick coming to you live from CreditUturn on Monday night, March 16th. And we're going to riff here just a minute while we wait for some people to join us here. So we've been doing these live streams now for right at 3 weeks or a little over 3 weeks, and kind of starting to get a little bit smoother with this. There are still some improvements that we're going to make. Definitely appreciate your participation up until now. And as soon as somebody lets us know that they can see us and can hear me or see me and hear me, I promise I don't have multiple personalities. So might seem like it sometimes, but not the case. But as soon as somebody lets me know that they can see me and hear me okay, which I just got a thumbs up from somebody, so that's cool. Again, my name is Lee Kendrick. I am the founder of CreditUturn. And tonight is our 21st episode. Again, we've been doing this for a little over 3 weeks now. And today is March the 16th. And tonight's topic is about credit is a necessity and the urgency of getting credit before you need it. So before we jump into tonight's topic, which we will go into here in just a moment, would encourage somebody to go ahead and drop a link to CreditUturn.com. And tonight we're also live streaming to not only all of our app users and people that might be thinking about using the CreditUturn app, but we're also coming live to our awesome partners as well. So if somebody's out there that hasn't become a partner yet, that's a manager or owner of like an auto dealership, real estate company, mortgage company, or other places that extend offers of credit to their clients, please check out crediturn.com/partners. You can also find that link by going to the bottom of the crediturn.com webpage, and there's a link down in the footer to partners. And we also offer a digital ad solution at subprimeninjas.com to help you be able to reach out and identify anybody that's had credit challenges in the past that's maybe underbanked or using places that we would like to help them get a break from. So people that have been using like check cashing facilities or pawn shops or second chance banks and rental stores, that sort of thing. We'd like to help you identify those clients and let them know that you have options for them and that you care. And we would like to be able to get in front of them and let them know that we understand the urgency of having great credit and why credit is a necessity. So let's go ahead and jump on into tonight's topic. And if somebody out there, just before we get started, if somebody is well versed in doing or holding a Facebook watch party or multiple people, please volunteer. Please be that person that goes ahead and starts something like that, because that can help us go viral, and I would really appreciate that, and that would make a big difference not only for us, but most definitely for our partners and for you as an individual as well, because the more people that are participating in this, the easier it is to take care of the bills. So tonight's topic, again, credit is a necessity and the urgency of why you need to get great credit before emergencies arise. And emergencies come in all shapes and sizes. It doesn't know the difference between the color of your skin, economic status, geographic areas where you live at, your career path, whatever it is. There are a lot of different things that can impact not only your credit, but also could impact the need and necessity for you to utilize credit or to have tools at your disposal to be able to make it where you can utilize certain services like a rental car. If you didn't have a credit card or at least a debit card, something that Visa MasterCard logo, you might not be able to rent a vehicle. The last time I checked, if you had a debit card, they were going to go ahead and swipe $500 off your debit card. If you have a credit card, they're just checking your limit. So, or they might put a small hold on your limit. So anyway, that's just one little instance. But so emergencies come in all shapes and sizes. We see current evidence of that right now in the form of a national economic and health crisis, and that you could sit on either side of the fence. You could say that, hey, this is overblown, and you could say this is the real deal. Regardless of the situation, a lot of states, a lot of localities, and even our national government have put plans in place or have taken action to restrict gatherings of being able to congregate in places where more than 50 people might be in attendance or 100 people might be in attendance. I know some states have closed down dining in restaurants and are only allowing delivery and takeout. And there are some grocery stores that are saying that only during certain hours. And I'm not here to scare anybody or anything like that, because that's not my intent. I'm just trying to point out that it's times like this that if you don't already have credit, then it can be too late. Because if you can't get approved for credit, or let's say right now, and I don't know the current state of credit card approvals right now because I'm not going out and applying for a credit card right now, but let's say that you did have good enough credit that you could go apply for credit right now. What if they're not approving anybody? You need to plan ahead. You always have to plan ahead. Whether you already have great credit or not, you need to plan for those events and those crises, and we'll cover some of those things. So just to kind of get you thinking a little bit about the urgency of this and why it's so important. If you have had some credit issues that are lingering that you haven't done anything about, you need to be proactive. And the great thing about our solution, and our solution that our partners are recommending to their leads and their prospects and their clients, is the fact that you can plan ahead without paying any credit repair fees, because you can automate everything. All that you have to do is either subscribe to our credit monitoring or use your own credit monitoring. But it's just something that's a very urgent matter, and I can't stress that enough. And I realize that we're already right there with the economic and health issue. But what about tomorrow's issue? And what about next week's issue and next month's issue and summertime's issue or whatever? You need to be thinking, and you can't say, it doesn't matter right now because we're already at the worst of the worst. And the fact of the matter is, you've always heard that things come in threes. I'm not telling you that that's what it really is. It just seems like whenever there's stuff that goes wrong, that multiple things go wrong. So you need to kind of keep that in mind. So some of the catastrophic events, some of the most common, popular, typical type of events that could cause like power outages are what we would call an act of God or Mother Nature. Things like hurricanes, floods, fires, ice and snowstorms. So if you think about each one of those, a hurricane, they start pumping that up about a week before the hurricane's supposed to hit, and sometimes even before then. And then they really ratchet it up all the way up to the hours leading up to the hurricane, and they're telling you to do what? They're telling you to evacuate. And whenever you have to evacuate, you've got to have a place to go. You either need to have a solution of your own, that you got a mobile home or a camper. If you don't, again, credit. If you need to get a hotel, probably need credit. You could even call ahead and get the reservations before other people show up with cash in hand, if the hotel will accept cash in hand. Or you've got to go stay with friends or stay with family, and oftentimes you're going to need supplies, you're going to need fuel, you're going to need whatever it is. So hurricanes can cause that. Floods, like a thief in the night oftentimes. They'll tell you that, hey, there's going to be a flood warning, but you don't really know how bad it's going to get. And sometimes not even for 2 or 3 days after severe rains, all of a sudden it hits, and you need to be prepared for that. Fires, similar in between hurricanes and floods. Sometimes they just pop right up on you, and sometimes you know in advance. And ice and snowstorms, typically we don't ever really know how bad something's going to be. And I've actually seen some ice storms that were like knocked power out for 3 or 4 weeks in big metropolitan areas. And you're talking about some sketchiness that's very similar to what we're experiencing right now with the coronavirus. So you need to plan ahead. And I'm going to keep on when I'm going to say banging on that drum or beating on that drum, you need to be listening to me and taking action, because I'm giving you a pathway to where you can automate your situation so that you're not stuck where you're at right now. Some of the other types of events that can cause some problems that require you to often need to use credit. Something could be kind of minor and temporary. You could chalk it up to terrorism or like mass shooting events, that sort of thing. Mass shooting event might not impact you as much as like a terroristic act. It depends upon like what the size of it is, such as something that's more similar to like 911, or 9/11. Sorry about that, 9/11. So something like 9/11, that plays a lot more on national affairs and definitely in a geographic area that could cause some hardships, and you might need to be able to access credit, or might need to be able to turn around and take that credit card and jam it into an ATM and get some cash out. So you need to be thinking about that. some other normal life events. Let's not talk about the big scary stuff or the stuff that doesn't come along as often, but the other stuff that can occur with a little bit more frequency and sometimes just pop up on you. And at the top of that list, in my opinion, is job loss. I think that's the most common reason for a lot of credit issues is job loss, just loss of income. And even right now during the whole national economic health crisis type of thing that's actually generated by health and generated by media is causing some concern that can cause some economic loss. You think about like the workers that work in arenas, and all the arenas are shut down. They lost maybe their only income, or at least a side income, and they probably weren't working that just because they totally enjoyed it and that like replaced social activities. They were doing that for monetary reasons. So it's a big deal if jobs are lost. Funerals happen all the time. What if you have a family member that passed away and they're across the country? Wouldn't it really suck if you couldn't go? It was like your dearest aunt or your dearest uncle or a grandparent or a parent or a child or whatever it is, and you're strapped and you don't have a bunch of cash, but you do have credit. It's nice to have that for emergencies. So I know that I'm talking about some scary things, and I'm not trying to turn you off in any way, but you need to be thinking about this, and you really need to listen to what I'm saying, because this is reality. It could be as simple as having auto troubles. And auto troubles anymore, they aren't like, if you got a transmission that went out, instead of it being $1,500, $3,000, you could have a transmission repair bill of $6,000, $8,000, $10,000. Car accidents are one of those thief in the night things. You're not planning on going out and having a car accident today, but it happens. Had something hit really close to home last night for me. I got a phone call before midnight last night that a child had been involved in a car accident. Thankfully, she's okay, but it was actually a really, really scary ordeal, and she was just sitting stopped and had vehicles plow into her, and we're very thankful that she's still with us today. But I had one of those moments that it was like, what do you do at this point in time? Do I need to hop in a vehicle? Do I need to drive 4 hours? Do I need to be right there with her? So thankfully, there were some things in place, and she had some excellent care that was right around her and didn't necessitate that. But just kind of bringing home to you that those things hit close to home, and it doesn't matter who you are because it impacted me. And right along with that, then this morning I got a text from another family member that said that their beloved pet that they were going to have to put down because it hadn't had any food and water for like 3 days. And I totally get that. We've got a pet right now that's going deaf, blind, and memory lost, and she can't even figure out necessarily where she wants to go. She's not in pain. She's not in pain, people. We're nursing her. But, you know it's inevitable that day's coming, and we lost one just a little over a year ago. And those things, again, that's just an unexpected bill that you can have. It's also some unexpected grief and suffering, and that can impact you in many other ways. It could be as simple as you're just overextending yourself and helping out family during their time of need. It could be that you're going through a divorce or a relationship status change. It could be that you're being sued for some reason, whether it's unpaid bills or there's some other event that's causing something. So that's the end of me telling you all the stuff that can go wrong in your life. And again, I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just trying to let you know that there is an urgency. This is like the best advice that anybody can ever give you is don't procrastinate with anything. Don't procrastinate whether it's you going out and getting that better job. Don't procrastinate if you've got that special someone that you've got a crush on and you haven't told them. Don't procrastinate. If you've got something that's great and that's going to be awesome for the world, don't procrastinate. If it's something that you've got some little pressing matter, instead of waiting to make the phone call, go ahead and make it. And the same thing goes with your credit. Anything that's accumulated over time, you have rights. The federal government, there are federal laws that are in place, and one of those is called the Fair Credit Reporting Act, and it gives you the right to challenge anything that might not be 100% accurate and 100% complete and 100% verifiable. Also can't be outdated, and because of that, you have rights. The beautiful thing about what we've created for you and what we've created for our partners to recommend to their clients is we created a platform that you can hold in the palm of your hand that literally analyzes your credit reports for you, identifies things that might be negative or erroneous in your credit or inaccurate, incomplete, or unverifiable, or that are too old. It creates a customized game plan. It automatically prepares your dispute letters for you, and then you can view those letters so that you can either approve them, edit them, deny them, regenerate letters in milliseconds. And then once you do approve a letter, they're automatically transmitting to the credit agencies on your behalf. And then every 30 days, it's automatically logging back into your account, comparing the previous report to the new report, alerting you of any score changes, positive news that you've received about things that have either been fixed or deleted in your credit files. You'll also get alerts, like if there are like change of address alerts, identity alerts that have been picked up over the course of that 30 days. It's telling you that. You're also getting phenomenal education and tips, and all of this is renewed every 30 days for you, and you are not having to pay any credit repair fees. Nada, zip, zero, zilch. It doesn't matter what language you speak, it's zero. You don't pay any credit repair fees. The only thing that you do is subscribe to credit monitoring, and you get a lot of great benefits, basically for around $1 a day. We've got 2 different plans that you can choose from, and I highly recommend that you get started. No matter what your reason is, you have so little risk and such a high reward waiting on you. In fact, I got a alert yesterday or 2 days ago that came through that said that somebody since they started has had 507 points credit score improvement. 507 points. Wouldn't you love to be that person right now? I don't know what your credit scores are right now, but that meant the world to that person. And you know what? They're able to weather the storm right now. All the stuff that's going on, they can weather it. As long as they've also been taking care of business around the house, and hopefully they were being kind to everybody else in the stores and they weren't hoarding supplies. By the way, be kind, be caring, be considerate to your fellow man. So my why is I wanted to come to you and bring out a phenomenal product that you benefit from as a consumer, that also benefits businesses that extend offers of credit, because it's really tough in the environment that they're in, and cost of goods are always going up. So you look at a typical automobile anymore, and it's going to be over 30 grand for a new car. And if you have credit problems, it makes it really difficult for them to be able to sell the automobile and you to be able to obtain what you need, and so that you're not stuck with something that's super used and super high mileage, and you're carrying all the risk for things going wrong, especially in today's electronic and computer-driven technology world. Cars have gotten so advanced that a 10-year-old car now, if you have a mechanic bill, you got a repair bill that pops up, it could easily be 3, 4, 5 grand. So and we're doing our best to try to help you eliminate that from your life, or that sort of thing happening. I also wanted to make sure that you're just able to get all the credit education and tips being brought to you on a regular basis. I spotted that there's a serious need for that out there in our world, because there's just not very much advice that's coming along out there. And I want you to listen to everything that I say. I still want you to make your own choices and your own decisions, but just kind of like pulling back the curtains on Credit 101, 102, and 103, and my 30 years of experience and background, and try to help you navigate the world of finance and you obtaining things that you're looking for, whether that's a auto loan or you're looking for a home loan. And I wanted to give you more control over your credit situation so that you're not having to pay really expensive credit repair fees, and so that you can make really great decisions. So it's on that note that I want to thank all of our awesome partners. I know that I mentioned our partners earlier, but again, I really want to thank our awesome partners, because without them and without their support and their willingness to stand behind CreditUturn and to recommend it to their customers and to their prospects, we wouldn't be able to provide you with a product that doesn't charge you any credit repair fees, because instead of us just you subscribing to credit monitoring, you would also have to pay some sort of other monthly fee, and we didn't want to do that. We wanted to make it where that part of it was removed from the equation, and all that you would ever be liable for is just for credit monitoring. So it's on that note that I'm asking you, not only for us, but also for our partners. If you know somebody that's a CreditUturn partner, and us as well, please like our pages. Please like our social media channels. Please follow us. And what I mean by that is whenever you like and you follow, you get updates from us. And it's a good thing to be able to get updates from us, because if you don't get the update, you don't know whenever, let's say the auto dealer's got a special running on a certain vehicle. Maybe it got $200 worth of damage on the car lot, and they're willing to say, hey, it had this little dent in it. We fixed it, and here's what the bill was, and we're going to knock $5,000 off the sticker price. And this is like the deal of the day kind of thing. If you didn't like and follow their page, you wouldn't know that. And I'm being a little bit extreme there. But, I just want you to know that that's the benefit of liking and following. Same thing with us. We come to you with breaking news all the time on our social media channels. If there's been like a data breach somewhere, and that data breach might have impacted you, or that there is like a collection company that's just got sued and they're having to pay out $100 million to anybody that's had a collection through a certain company, and pointing you to a website where you could go and file a claim. You need to know those things. But if you don't like and follow our content on our social media channels, you might not know about those things. So please like and follow and subscribe to our social media channels. And whenever you see any relevant information from us or our partners, please share that. Share that out with everybody. If the car dealer or mortgage company or bank, whoever it is running some sort of contest and giveaway, share it. Same thing with us. If we're coming to you with phenomenal content like this live stream, and maybe you just know somebody in your life that needs to quit procrastinating and do something about their own credit situation without paying credit repair fees, share that content. All that you have to do is tap the little hamburger link, the 3 horizontal lines that are in the top left corner of our CreditUturn app, and it will open up a menu, and the third link down is our share link. And by the way, there's a lot of phenomenal other content that's right there in that menu as well. But if you tap that share link, then you get to choose who you want to share with and how you want to share. I would also encourage that if you already have our CreditUturn app, that you rate our app. Would love it if you gave us a 5-star rating. I would also really appreciate it if you would review our app. And to review our app, all you need to do is write a little simple title, write just a few words about things that the CreditUturn app has done for you, or that you see that it's done for other people that you know. Engage with us, engage with our partners. And what I mean by that is if they've got relevant content, things that you like about what they're doing, let them know. Because if you don't let them know what you like, then they don't know what to continue with. And the same thing with me. If you have something that's on your mind that you would like for me to cover in future live streams, please tell me. If you've got a question, something that's impacting you, or something that you know that some other people would benefit from, if I answer that, please ask. And the same thing goes in our forum. We put a forum that we call the Credit Chat 24/7 forum. That's also in that menu, and whenever you tap that, you can go in there and ask questions. Introduce yourself. Tell us what your why is. I've told you what my why is. Tell us what your goals are. We want to be able to help you. And all of those things help our partners, and it helps us go viral. And again, without everybody's support, without our partner support and your support, we can't take this to the next level. Without me supporting our partners and without you supporting our partners, they can't get to the next level. And without us and our partners supporting you, you might not be able to get to the next level. So we're all in this together. I'm just asking you, I'm asking my tribe, my U-turners out there, I'm begging you to please help us make this go viral. Just share this with some people you know. Tell them how awesome it is and tell them to jump on board. So again, I'm just going to leave you with one final thought, is that there is an urgency for you to plan ahead and to improve your credit before you need it. There's very little risk and such a high reward whenever you use the CreditUturn mobile app. So guys, again, this is the wrap up of why credit is a necessity. I appreciate it if you did host a watch party tonight. And again, this is our 21st episode. We're really enjoying doing these, and we're going to continue bringing more credit goodness to you every day. And thank you for watching.